Hey y'all, I'm kind of testing out a new ring light and some other stuff. That's why I look kind of extra crazy, like just standing here in a different camera app. And I don't know where I'm supposed to look. I guess here, right? Hello, you guys there? Okay. Anyway.
6 hours later.
Okay, if you've seen any of my other videos, I usually like doing kind of like 60-second clips using like Snapchat or something else. I'm not used to just letting it play all the way through because a lot of times I lose my train of thought or like I just start scratching my head, just some weird crap. And I'm still trying to figure out how to not do all that weird stuff while I'm speaking on YouTube and just kind of do a more natural thing. So please bear with me. Okay. So I just wanted to come on quickly today to talk about this thing, this freaking scam. You know, I'm big on like exposing scams. You might not know that, I am. The target audience is older people. Target audience is people who have been, and I think the reason why it's come up again now, I don't know when's the last time it came up. I really haven't done a ton of research on it, so I apologize for that, but it's all online. The second you type in this thing, let me tell you the thing right now, it's called a blessing wheel, a blessing cycle. What is it? What are the other names for it? Basically a blessing wheel, a regift wheel, a blessing Lotus, all those types of things. This is the name of it, and I'll put up some pictures of how it looks. And the app that's being used right now, I haven't figured out why they're using this app to discuss with people. It's called Telegram. Okay, so basically the app, this whole scam, it's a pyramid scheme. I love her dearly, and she's very smart. She's actually was a math teacher. Somehow she like figured out it was like a Fibonacci sequence that worked, and I was like, no, it's a damn pyramid scheme. It's not no Fibonacci nothing. And this is the scam. Okay, so let's say you have one person recruits 5 people to all give that one person $100. So that person has $500 now, right? Then they say, with your investment of this $100, you're gonna get 500 back, right? So you net $400 because you will add more people are going to come into this group. And so there's a person at the top, then it has 5 of you guys here. Each person is going to need about 5, 10, 15, 20 people, 5 people each to then make that money back, right? And they try to say that it works because you're going to re-sow this gift of $100 at least one more time. You're going to come back in the loop to help push your friends forward. But as you can see, for one person, it took 5 people. For 5 people, it's gonna take 25 people, right? So it's just like, you're gonna need like an infinite number of people. Whether you do it with friends or strangers, it's gonna be a problem. If you do it with friends, you're gonna run out of friends that you trust. Anyway, somebody at the end is gonna not get that money. You can't just, if you keep re-sowing your little 100, if you keep re-gifting, you're gonna end up pretty much losing everything to cover everybody. You know what I mean? Because it's of this pyramid shape, you know? If there are few people at the higher up levels, you cannot keep compensating. So if you have fewer people, you need more money if you want to cover everybody. It's just a very clear pyramid scheme. A lot of times it'll say something like 200 for 1,000. So you're saying you're gonna sow this $200, you're gonna get back $1,000, you know, or sow $100 and get back 800. They do all kinds of different names and stuff. And like I said, they like to use Cash App because it's very difficult to get money back on Cash App. Sometimes they'll do PayPal, but I mean, it's just a pain anyway, especially when it just becomes a mess of all these people. So my story time, my experience with this is basically, has very good friends. She has amazing friends that she's had for 20 years. I wish I could find one bitch to be that cool, you know what I mean? That I've been friends for that long. I have not found those people yet. But I mean, the second we moved to where I live now, she's had these amazing friends. Their daughters, they started this thing. And I think what happened is they told their mom about it, said, hey, you want to bring your friends in? You know, because I think a lot younger people kind of be like, what? And don't have that kind of money sometimes, like some of the bigger ones where you're putting in $500 just on a whim and with no refunds. They'll often say that at the last second. Anyway, so yeah. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I forgot to do my spray. Oh, I'll be right back. Ooh, child. I've been meaning to use a spray, but since we've been in shutdown mode, I haven't put on makeup in like 1,000 years. Ugh, I just wanted to try it out real quick and see how it looks on camera. This is Rihanna's Fenty Beauty. Is there a specific name? What It Do makeup refreshing spray. So let's see how that works. And then for my makeup, by the way, which doesn't even look that good, I just slapped it on real quick. I use all Glossier products. I might do a video showing like what I got, because I got a bunch of stuff and it's a lot of fun. I really like their stuff. It is true, like, you know, oh my God, I'm so digressing. Let's go back to the point. Okay, story time now. So, okay, this is me editing. Got my editing hair going. There's gonna be silence when I'm saying somebody's name because I kept accidentally saying it or referencing them. I'm bleeping it out for their own, you know, anonymity, I guess, because all y'all just know me. I'm just such a celebrity. Everybody's gonna figure out who it is, right? Okay, so I'm just letting you know that's what's up. All right. This is what happened. In her business, you know, chilling. Her friends call her and are like, hey, do you want to invest this money and you get, you know, invest $250 or $500, I think, and you get $4,000 back. And she's like, oh, how does that work? That sounds weird. And they were like, well, it worked for my daughter, you know, and I just did it for my daughter to help her out. And, you know, we'll see. And then okay, let's see what happens. I want to see if it works for you. That's what a lot of people do, right? This is common. A couple weeks later, a month later, their friends call them, oh my God, it worked. You know, I got this money. It actually works. This is so cool. Then it entices other people to want to come in. And especially if it's your close friend that you've known for years, never had a problem with, never been scammed by. You know, a lot of older people who don't know how to Google stuff and you don't have a name for this whole thing are gonna, they might do it, I guess. I don't know. So once they do it, they bring their friends along. You know, because they say invite, invite, invite. That's another big thing. You know, it's never enough people. So goes in. She asked me if I want to go in. I'm like, this is sketchy. They said there's a Zoom meeting every week or twice a week, 10 times a week, whatever. That's perfect. Everybody's at home. Nobody's doing anything. It's a perfect time to go convince people to do some bullshit, right? So I was listening in one time. I decided I didn't really want to do it, but I came over and I listened while I was doing whatever. And I just kept hearing words like, you're in the water. They were using earth, air, fire, water. Okay, here's another clue that something's a scam. When you're talking business, ain't no earth, air, fire, water. Okay, maybe in the esoteric realm of business, but if you're talking real dollars and cents, have you ever at work been like, oh, I'm in the water, I'm in the earth, I'm in the air? No, honey, no. It never happens like that. So there's so many clues to this being a scam. Like I said, I think they target older people. I heard somebody ask like, oh, are there any millennials on here? Why aren't there any millennials on here? And I think they lied and were like, yeah, tons. I ain't seen one yet, okay? Because I was on this Telegram app watching all this shit go down. Anyway, does it. She tells all her friends about it. They all go and put in this $500, right? A month later, gets back her money plus, you know, whatever. She banks whatever amount, right? So nobody else does. You know why? Because none of her friends invited other people. You know, like I said, these people are older. They don't know what's going on. And now this is like, you know, friends are several steps away from the original person who is friend's daughter. But what I realized that these daughters are probably doing to convince their moms to tell all their friends, they're just giving them the money, you know, some money that they scammed from other people from being at the top of this loop, making it seem like, oh my God, I just got the money and it just all worked out. Because a lot of these people's friends haven't put in any money yet. They're waiting to see if the first friend makes money. So the daughters put money in their account as if it worked, but it was just money from them. They just gave them some money and then convinced their other friends to join, you know, and then now everybody's convincing. And of course, the wheel stops because, like I said, unless you continue, basically the only way you can get out of your shit position is if you put somebody else in that shit position, you know, and it's really, you need multiple people, not just one person. You need multiple people to put in your last position of shittiness to get out of the water is what they call it, right? So it's just awful. There are two ways you can do this. You can either use only close friends, but then, you know, your friend circle is finite. You know, you're never gonna have infinite friends, so it'll end up dropping off somewhere, and then all these people at the bottom are gonna be left with nothing, negative actually. And then if you do it with random people, you run the risk of infinite types of scamming. You know, people just running away with their money, all kinds of stuff, not paying up when they say, so then you're scrambling for more people. You could end up with serious delays, and you know, it's just become a mess. Another way they get you. So she had a bunch of people come in and put their names down first, so they got in. You know, that's the other thing, the sooner you get in, just like regular pyramid schemes like Herbalife and all those types of things, it's like if you're at the top, if you're the first, you're good. It quickly goes down, and there's a massive bottom that's just being ripped off, and that's the way the top is making money. So they took the top group of people, started a new group, because they had all this new money, right, from everybody else. So they took the money, started a new group, scammed new people, and got a shitload of money, and then did not re-gift into the original group. So now it's just completely stagnant, and they're like over 600 names, I believe. Yeah, I think there are at least 600 names now. Like, that was like 2 weeks ago, actually. So it is just an awful, evil scam. I saw one lady say that she brought her 12 family members in. Do you know how destructive that is? Now people are starting new groups and scamming people, stealing their money just straight up, pretending to be like, you know, a genuine person, or feigning like they're, you know, doing this for real. Oh my God, it's so bad. And I wanted to talk about this because a lot of times when people get scammed, when people get deceived, they feel so stupid at the end of it, because when you know, hindsight is 20/20. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to, you know, admit that they've been hurt. But I talked to quite a few people, and they're devastated. You know, people told me they're 1,000 in the hole. The girl who brought in her 12 or 11 family members, was 12 of them total. There's $6,000 in the hole for that family. There's so many negative sides to this. It breaks up families. It breaks up communities. I don't know if this is going on like majorly in the white community, because like the people I saw were mostly Black people. I'm sure it's everywhere, you know, but at least with the group of Telegram people I was in, I noticed that it was mostly Black people. It's just so destructive, you know. Even though a couple people did make out, like even made out, but because loves her friends, the ones who didn't make any money because they didn't want to bring anybody into this crazy ass scam, she gave them the money back. So she didn't really make money. She just like made it and then gave it back to her friends who it didn't work out to. It's just so crappy. You have to not care about people. You have to be okay with people suffering. I think this scam came back on the market because of this pandemic unemployment assistance, and I think because it's at the end of it, you know, I think it ended this week or last week. They're like, you know, they know people are desperate. They know people are worried. Like, okay, I still don't have a job, or I still am working, you know, barely at all. And this thing is ending. What am I going to do? Of course, it sounds like a great idea. Let me invest this money and say, you know, and then be able to make money back. So that'll keep me like a few weeks more, a few months more, or something like that. But I mean, the truth is, if it's, in my opinion, if it sounds too good to be true, it normally is. Fast money, the only way you can make fast money is if, in this world right now that I can think of, is by doing something a little dirty. If you're ready to get your hands dirty and hurt some people, then yeah, you can probably make some really fast money. Things like doing a drug run, or like killing somebody, you know, being a hitman. Yeah, if you want to go for that to make fast money, then yeah, but then you have that whole moral, you know, you ruined your morality, you know, you stained your soul. So and why would you want to stain your soul of your own friends and family members, you know? And I know a lot of these people didn't mean to do that, but it just ended up happening because they were tricked. So my advice is, if you're younger, if you're Gen Y and Z, check on your family members. Make sure they're not doing this spinning wheel shit, blessing wheel thing, okay? That's the first thing. Secondly, if you are of that generation, don't do it. Third, if you've already invested your money, stop. Don't go any more groups. You're just gonna keep getting screwed over. You might get lucky, but you also might not. And whether you're getting lucky, it's taking from somebody else, you know? And it's just so terrible. And then at this point, just count your losses. Just don't put any more money in. This is what you have to do. The same thing that people say with those MLMs, those multi-level marketing. It's like at some point you just have to cut your losses, because the only way you can get out of this is to basically screw more people over. And there are many reasons why screwing somebody else over is bad. Example, because of this girl who did all this screwing over, people from her group are now scamming other people, just like straight up stealing their money, pretending they're legit and stealing people's money. You know, there's all kinds of Cash App fraud where somebody stole $7,000 from this person and that person somehow. I don't even know how. This is now going on. But the thing is, it might not. There's a 80% chance that it wouldn't have happened if they hadn't been screwed over and out $500 or $1,000 in the first place from these initial asshole, greedy pieces of shit who think this is funny or cute or something, you know? And I know it's hard. I know once you see so much money, you don't want to give it back. You don't want to be like, you know what, this is wrong, you know? But sometimes it's just the right thing to do. And I really encourage those people at the top right now to do the right thing. You know this is wrong. Stop it. You are breaking up friendships, families, entire communities. You know, people are always like, I cannot stand when these pro-black people are like, you know, we can never get anything because we don't do this. Okay, it's because y'all doing shit like this. You know, it's because you screw each other over. You're supposed to be a community where you won't, you know. That's why even when they asked me if I wanted to join, I said, if I even did, I do not want to bring in a soul. I would not do this to any of my friends, you know, whether it worked or not. Because I was like, because I see where this is going. I see that it just continues to, it just won't work. Somebody, and it's not somebody, somebodies are going to get screwed over, okay? I just wanted to say that, warn y'all friends, if you find out about it, it's a simple Google search. Try, don't even type in scam. You don't even have to write scam or pyramid scheme. Just type in blessing wheel. You will find all the information. I don't even think there's one link that doesn't say it's a scam, okay? Blessing wheels, blessing Lotus, re-gift scam. I don't know, there are tons of them out there now, and it started right before this unemployment started to run out. That should tell you something too. All right, love you guys, bye.